Hi guys, hope you're all keeping safe and enjoying a little bit of time off. Today I'm going to show you how to make a frittata, which is a Spanish type of omelette made with eggs, potatoes, onions and anything else really that you want to put in it. It's dead healthy, it's easy to make, not too expensive. It's packed with protein from the eggs and it's really tasty as well. So let's do it. Ingredients that you're going to need today: potatoes, a couple of large ones or 3 or 4 smaller ones, 1 medium-sized onion, 2 cloves of garlic, half a teaspoon of mixed dried herbs, half a cup of peas, half a cup of little cherry tomatoes which I've just sliced in half, 6 eggs, 3 tablespoons of grated cheddar, and some olive oil or sunflower oil, or if you've not got oil, butter will be fine. Equipment that we're going to be using: peeler, a sharp knife and a chopping board. You're going to need a jug or some sort of bowl and a whisk to mix in the eggs, a saucepan and a frying pan. Ideally with a metal handle, but it's not the end of the world if it's plastic. As always, before we do anything else, we need to wash our hands for 20 seconds with warm soapy water. We're going to start off with our potatoes. Okay, we'll take our peeler and we're just going to very carefully just peel it all the way around, just twisting the potato around as you go, so you've got all the skin off. When you're using sharp things like a peeler or a knife, or you're using hot things like pans, water, hobs, cookers, make sure that you've got an adult to help you. Very important. Once you've peeled both potatoes like this, take your knife. Okay, it's much less dangerous to use a sharp knife than it is to use a blunt one. Okay, and that's because you have to fight against the knife less when you're using it, and it's just easier as well. So you're going to take the potato and you're going to slice pieces about 1/2 centimetre thick through the potato. Pieces like that kind of thickness. Once you've sliced all your potato, we're going to take the onion, peel off any skin that's on the outside, and you're going to slice it in half long ways going through the root. Okay, like that. And you're going to cut both ends off like that. And then you're going to slice your onion long ways. So I've got the root at the bottom here, and I'm just going to very carefully, using my hand as a bridge to hold the onion, just very carefully just slice through it. Every time I'm slicing, I'm moving my hand back a little bit, and then your knuckle here acts as a guard for the knife. It means that you don't cut yourself. Slice all the onion like this. And then the last thing to prepare is your garlic. Okay, 2 cloves like this. The easiest way to peel garlic is to put it on your chopping board. Very carefully take the back of your knife, press down on the knife like that, and then you can see all the skin starts to come off, and you can just peel it off in one piece like that. Okay, so I'll do it again on the other one just so you can see again. Knife on top, carefully put the palm of your hand down on the knife, push down, and then just take off. I'll show you. The skin just peels off in one go like that. You're just slicing your garlic into thin little pieces like that. So by the end of all that, you should have garlic, you should have finely sliced onion, and your 1/2 centimetre sliced potatoes. I'm going to take my saucepan now, and I'm going to put the potatoes inside like this. Just push them down a bit so that they sit flat. And bring it over here. In my kettle here, I've got some water that I boiled about 10 minutes ago, so it's hot, but it's not boiling at the moment. I'm going to pour that over the potatoes, just enough to just cover the potatoes like that. And I'm going to put them on my hob. And I'm going to simmer on a medium to high heat for 10 minutes until the potatoes are cooked and soft but not completely falling apart. We don't want mashed potato at this point. Now while the potatoes are cooking, we can use the time to sort out our eggs. So I'm going to take my plastic jug. If you don't have a jug, you can use a bowl. I'm going to take my whisk and I'm going to take my eggs and I'm going to crack them. The best way to crack and break an egg is to just tap it on the side of a hard surface just until it starts to break like that, and then you can put your hands in and just snap the egg into your bowl or your jug. Okay, so I'm going to do that with all the eggs. Cracked all your eggs in your jug, grab your whisk and just give them a whisk up like that, so it's all creamy and smooth and mixed together. And while we're still waiting for our potatoes to cook at the back, we can take our frying pan and put this on low to medium heat at the front, sort of like a number 4 or a number 5. You're going to grab your olive oil or your butter, about a tablespoon's worth in the bottom of your pan. Let that oil heat up for about a minute. When the oil's nice and hot, I'm going to grab our onions and our garlic and we're just going to drop them into the pan. And then we're going to just stir that around and just cook the onions and the garlic gently just until they go nice and soft. We don't want them to colour too much, we don't want them to go brown or burnt. We just want them to cook down nice and gently until they go all soft and the onions start to go see-through. So my onions and garlic are almost ready. I've taken off my potatoes, which are just about cooked after 10 minutes. I'm going to drain them into a colander and a clean sink, and I'm just going to leave them there for a few minutes just to cool down a little bit. Take you back over here. You can see the onions now, they're going nice and soft. They smell amazing. Another minute or 2 and they'll be ready. Just keep stirring them around the pan every now and again, keep them moving. So now the onions are ready, you can take your tomatoes, pour them in, take your peas, take your mixed herbs, stir that all around a little bit, and then we'll grab our potatoes, pour them in. Just want to mix everything up a little bit. Get some of the onions on top, some of the tomatoes on top. Just kind of try and flatten your potatoes down a little bit and just push them towards the corners of the pan like that. It's nice and even and flat. Now this is where I like to add a little bit of salt, because I love salt, so feel free to do that, but just don't put too much in, because it's not very healthy for you. And then grab your egg mix and just pour the egg over the top of the potatoes. So it just covers the potatoes like a little blanket. Just like that. Again, if there's any potatoes sticking up, just flatten them down a little bit. You want it to be nice and even and flat on top. And then we're going to put that, make sure it's on a nice medium heat, 4 or 5, and we're going to gently cook that. It'll probably take about 6 or 7 minutes, just until the egg starts to set. About 7 or 8 minutes now, and if you stick a spatula down the side, you can see that it's starting to set, and it's just about coming away from the pan. Like that. Now, this is where, if you don't have a grill, you just turn the heat down and let it go in the pan for another 5 or 6 minutes. If you are lucky enough to have a grill, like me, make sure it's nice and hot. We're going to take our grated cheese, sprinkle it over the top, nice and evenly, all over the frittata. Now, if your pan has a metal handle like mine, you don't have to worry too much here. Just make sure metal handles can get hot, so make sure that you've got a cloth, okay, to pick the handle up with. And just stick it underneath your grill. If you've got a plastic handled pan, you need to make sure at this point that the handle's sticking out like this, because we don't want the plastic handle to melt under the grill. And then we're just going to leave that for a couple of minutes, just until that cheese melts and starts bubbling, and any bit of egg on top and around the edge that hasn't quite set yet is nice and perfectly cooked. Right, have a look at that. You can hear it sizzling. I'm not gonna lie, kids, pretty excited about this. So the cheese is melted, it's bubbling away, it's gone nice and golden and caramelised around the edges. That's ready. So you take that out of the oven. Easiest way to get it out of the pan. Can't actually show me doing it because I've got to hold the camera at the same time, but just take a spatula and just edge the frittata away from the pan all the way around, and then if you then very carefully hold your pan, push the spatula underneath and tip the pan, the frittata should just slide out. Okay, good luck with that bit. Look at that beauty. So garnish with whatever you like. I'm going to put a little bit of salad with it. Nice mixed herb salad. Cucumber, tomato, onion, whatever you have. Some nice olive oil and balsamic. This would also be nice with garlic bread, if you have any. Or just some nice buttered white or brown bread. Et voila! I hope you enjoy making your frittatas, guys. Any questions, then just drop us a line on the Larder Facebook page. Upload your photos, let us know what you're doing. Let's see how good you are. And don't forget to check in for the rest of the week for more wholesome and delicious recipes. See you soon.